If you're a woman over 40 and you've been doing intermittent fasting to lose fat, this video might explain why it's not working and what to do instead. You're fasting 16-8, skipping meals, drinking coffee until noon, maybe even tracking calories and working out hard, but nothing's changing. You feel more bloated. Your cravings are worse. Your energy crashes by 3 p.m. You're doing everything right and your body feels like it's fighting you. Sound familiar? Here's the truth most women aren't being told. After 40, fasting the wrong way can actually backfire hard. It can spike your stress hormones, shut down your metabolism, and make fat loss nearly impossible. And if you don't shift your strategy, it'll get worse year after year as your hormones continue to change. I get it. You've been trying everything. I worked with over 1,000 women in your exact shoes, doing what they were told, still gaining fat, losing energy, and feeling broken in their own body. That's why in this video, I'm breaking down the 10 biggest intermittent fasting mistakes women over 40 make and how to fix them to shed fat, reveal abs in a sustainable way. These are the exact shifts I use to help my clients lose 5 to 40 pounds in 90 days, eating more food with zero extremes. And mistake number 9, it's the one that explains why you're stuck, even when you're doing everything right. If I fast longer, I'll burn more fat. That's what most women are told. But for women over 40, that's not the whole truth. Let's say you're doing 16-8 fasting because someone on Instagram said it would help you burn fat. You're skipping breakfast, powering through your morning with black coffee, maybe even getting a workout in, all before eating your first bite, while also juggling work, stress, kids, and no sleep. You heard fasting helps burn fat, so you figured more is better. But what you didn't factor in, your body is under constant stress already. Now you're exhausted by 2 p.m., bloated after meals, wired but tired at night, and you're still not losing fat. You're probably thinking, why is this not working? Fasting in a high-stress body is like throwing gas on a fire. Women over 40 are already more sensitive to cortisol, especially during perimenopause or postmenopause when estrogen and progesterone start to decline. If you're waking up already stressed, sleep deprived, or nutrient depleted, skipping breakfast only spikes your cortisol further. There's a few different ways how this impacts our body. Number 1, by skipping breakfast and pushing everything further with fasting, it elevates blood sugar even without food, can slow thyroid function, lowering your T3 and slowing that metabolism, promotes belly fat storage, disrupts your hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin, so you don't feel full and maybe have cravings, and wrecks your nervous system. Hello, burnout. This is not fat burning, it's metabolic survival mode. One of my clients, Tasha, was fasting until noon, doing fasted hot yoga on coffee, hitting 12 to 15 steps a day, eating super clean, and gaining weight. Her skin was dull, her gut was a mess, and her cravings were through the roof. We shortened her fast to 12 hours, added 30 grams of protein within 90 minutes of waking, and swapped out her coffee for bone broth first thing. Within a week, her energy returned. She started hitting strength PRs in the gym, her mood evened out, and she dropped 5 pounds of inflammation. She said, "I didn't realize how burned out I was until I gave my body what it needed." If you're under stress, fasting less might be better. Eat within 60 to 90 minutes of waking, even if it's something small like turkey sausage and some vegetables, or scrambled eggs with arugula, coconut oil, and berries, or even bone broth with collagen and avocado. And track how you feel, not just the hours that you fast. You've been fasting until noon and you feel fine, maybe even lighter, until it's time to eat. Then you have a healthy first meal, eggs, salad, maybe a smoothie or protein bowl, and boom, bloating, gas, discomfort hits. You think, was it the food? Did I eat too fast? Maybe I need to fast longer. But the issue isn't the timing, it's your gut. See, fasting doesn't heal gut issues, it hides them. When you go without food, your symptoms disappear temporarily, but the underlying dysfunction is still there. In fact, long fasts can actually make gut issues worse if you're dealing with things like low stomach acid, which is very common for women over 40. Also, sluggish gut motility, meaning you're constipated or you deal with bloating on a regular basis. Bacteria overgrowth such as Candida, SIBO, or even hidden parasites. A weakened mucosal lining or leaky gut from chronic dieting, stress, or poor digestion. After a long fast, your gut enzymes may be asleep, your acid is low, and you suddenly throw in a big meal, and your body can't break it down. So instead of absorption and nourishment, you get inflammation, gas, and that heavy, uncomfortable feeling that looks like belly fat, but is often trapped waste or bloat. One of my clients, Brianna, was fasting 14 to 16 hours daily, eating clean, and she still looked 4 months pregnant after every meal. We ran a GI map stool test and found out she had low pancreatic enzymes and SIBO. Instead of fasting longer, we shortened her fast to 12 hours, added in a low histamine bone broth and ginger tea before her meals to support motility and start strategic gut healing. Within 4 weeks, her bloating was gone, and she said, "I feel like I can see my body again." If you're bloated after meals, try shortening your fast and support your gut. Eat slower and chew your food thoroughly. Your gut needs help, not more restriction. Prioritize gut healing foods like bone broth and even salmon and omega-3s. You wake up every day second guessing everything. Should I fast longer? Cut carbs? Add more cardio? You've tried it all. You're eating less, moving more, changing everything, and still your body's not responding. I see this every day. Thousands of women have come to me feeling stuck, exhausted, and blaming themselves, caught in what I call, as an FDN practitioner, metabolic chaos. But your body isn't broken. It's just overwhelmed. That's exactly why I created my 90-day whole body transformation. You're not getting a one-size-fits-all plan. You're getting a full metabolic reset, macros designed for your hormones, strategic workouts that work with your body, not against it, targeted support to calm your stress response, balance blood sugar, and fire up real fat loss. I teach you how to understand your body so you can stop guessing and finally get results that last. If you're ready to stop guessing, 6 months from now, you could be in the exact same spot or 6 months closer to your goal. Head to the description below to join our 90-day whole body transformation today. You committed to your fasting routine, maybe 14-10 or 16-8, and you're doing it daily, no matter what. But some weeks, it feels harder. You're hungrier earlier, irritable for no reason. Your rings fit tighter, and you're snapping at people over nothing. You think, why is this suddenly not working? Women's hormones shift week by week, especially during the luteal phase, the 10th to 14th day before your period. During this time, progesterone rises, insulin sensitivity drops, and your metabolism actually burns more calories at rest, which means you need more food, more sleep, and more carbs. If you continue strict fasting or low-calorie eating through this window, your body perceives stress and responds with inflammation, mood instability, increased water retention, digestive slowdown, and fat storage, particularly in that lower belly and thighs. Even if you're postmenopausal, your circadian rhythms still impact your hunger, energy, and fat burning potential. Women aren't meant to run the same exact fasting schedule every single day. One of my clients, Jasmine, was locked into her 16-8 fast even when her period was approaching. She noticed major bloating, irritability, and cravings, but tried to push through. We synced her fasting to her cycle and added carbs like roasted squash and cooked apples during her luteal phase, and cut fasting down to 10 hours in those days. The next cycle, she had 0 PMS, dropped 3 pounds of bloat, and finally said, "I feel normal again." Best of all, when she had her cycle, she was bedridden with so much pain and cramps, and she now, energy through the roof, no cramps, and is at the gym training during her cycle. Here's a few tips. Try tracking your cycle and adjust fasting during your luteal phase. Make sure to eat within 60 to 90 minutes of waking during your PMS week. Add in starchier carbs like carrots, squash, or berries to your meals. Increase magnesium and sea salt to calm cravings and support your adrenals. And if you're postmenopausal, honor energy dips with shorter fasts and balanced macros. You're waking up early, squeezing in a workout before the chaos of the day starts. You haven't eaten since 6 p.m. the night before, but you power through that HIIT class or strength session on an empty stomach, thinking it will torch more fat. But instead, you feel bloated after, your energy crashes by 2 p.m., and you're not seeing any changes in the mirror. In fact, your sleep is getting worse, your belly feels puffier, and you wonder if something's wrong with your body. When you train fasted, especially intense training, you stack physical stress on top of hormonal stress. Most women over 40 are already dealing with low progesterone, rising cortisol, thyroid suppression, or estrogen imbalances, even if they don't know it yet. Add a fasted workout on top of a long fast, poor sleep, and coffee, you push your body into a deeper sympathetic dominance, which is your fight or flight, that raises your cortisol, increases blood sugar, and puts you in a catabolic state, meaning muscle breaking down. This is the opposite of fat burning. And if your body perceives the workout as another threat, it will hold onto fat, especially around your midsection, and break down muscle for energy. My client Michelle was doing early morning Peloton and HIIT classes, fasted 5 days a week. She was eating clean, tracking her macros, and felt like she was doing everything right. But she kept gaining weight and felt exhausted every afternoon. We made one small change. A scoop of collagen with coconut milk 20 minutes before her workout. That single tweak lowered her stress response, gave her body a sense of safety, and her bloating disappeared in a week. She started sleeping through the night again and lost 8 pounds of inflammation within the first few weeks without changing her workouts and adding in more cardio. If you're underslept, burnt out, or dealing with hormone issues, don't train fasted, like collagen with coconut milk, a boiled egg with a half of an avocado, or bone broth with some sea salt. And save fasted movement for light walking or stretching only, not HIIT, cardio, or heavy lifts. The goal is to train your nervous system to feel safe, not burnt out. You had a night or a weekend where you ate off plan, maybe wine, pizza, dessert, and now you're feeling guilty, bloated, and out of control. So you punish yourself. You skip breakfast, maybe lunch too, and you tell yourself, I'll fast all day to make up for it. It feels like discipline, but instead of fat loss, you end up feeling more inflamed, more anxious, and hungrier than ever. Fasting out of guilt keeps your body stuck in survival mode. Your brain doesn't register guilt, it registers starvation. And when you pair that with emotional stress and undereating, your cortisol spikes and your metabolism slows. Worse, it reinforces a dangerous cycle that looks like your body is into a higher set point. Your body's set point is the weight range it tries to maintain for survival. If you chronically undereat, then overeat, and repeat the cycle, your body becomes hyper efficient at storing fat because it's trying to protect you. This makes fat loss harder every time you try, even if you're doing everything right. My client Megan was stuck in this loop. Every time she had a cheat weekend, she'd fast hard on Monday and Tuesday, but nothing changed. Her cravings got worse, her energy tanked, her weight wouldn't budge, her body felt more inflamed. We structured her meals with 30 grams of protein, stopped the guilt fasting, and focused on consistency. Within 2 weeks, she lost her bloating. By week 8, she was down 10 pounds. And she said, this is the first time, I feel like my body is working with me, not against me. Don't use fasting to punish yourself after overeating. Instead, break your fast the next day with 30 grams of protein to stabilize your blood sugar and cortisol. Focus on consistency over perfection. This really teaches your metabolism that it's safe. And give your body a stable routine so it can lower its set point naturally. If you want to know exactly how I do this, check out my case studies playlist where I take you through all of my different clients that have hormone imbalances, gut issues, Hashimoto's, mold, Lyme disease, and share with you how I help them transform their body, get their health back with zero extremes. I will link that above for you. If you've been fasting to lose fat, balance your hormones, or finally feel like yourself again and nothing's working, this video just exposed 5 key truths about why. But let's be real, fasting isn't magic. It's a metabolic tool. And if you're not using it in the right way for your body, your hormones, or your current stress load, it backfires. Now you've seen the first 5 mistakes most women are making over 40 and how they might be sabotaging your fat loss without you even knowing it. This is exactly why I created our 90-day whole body transformation. So women like you can stop chasing trends, stop burning out, and start using science-backed strategies that actually work for permanent results. Inside, I'll show you how to reset your metabolism, heal your gut and balance hormones, eat more food while shedding stubborn fat, and get stronger, leaner, and finally feel confident and in control again. Whether you've been fasting, cutting carbs, or stuck in survival mode, this is where we stop the cycle. Spots are limited and applications are personally reviewed by me. I'm gonna drop the link in the description below to start your journey today. And if you're not quite ready for coaching yet, in the description, I have a few freebies for you. I have a fat loss meal prep guide, my exact meals for energy, fat loss, and hormone balance, as well as my free belly fat masterclass, where I share with you the 4 root causes of belly fat after 40 and how to reverse them in 90 days or less. They're free, powerful, and designed to help you get started right now. This was just the beginning. In part 2, we'll dive into the final 5 fasting mistakes, including what you're doing after you break your fast that's stalling your progress. And the #1 mistake I see with stressed out women who are trying to fast their way to a lean body and only ending up more bloated, burnt out, and discouraged. Make sure you subscribe for part 2 and let me know in the comments what mistake hit home for you.